But I'm really excited to share with all of you the work that I do at the Philadelphia Fashion Incubator, where we nurture entrepreneurs and helping them build, scale, and grow their companies. And one of the areas that I really am excited to share with you is that we have many, many designers that are in our one-year residency program that have no design background. They did not go to design school. And we also have many women and men who are in the program, but particularly women that are starting in their second, third careers as fashion entrepreneurs in their 40s, 50s, 60s. We've had designers from 22 to 70, and it's been really inspiring to see this interest and the passion of these female entrepreneurs that are making a transition in their careers and really living their dreams. So I wanted to highlight a few of our designers today. And one, starting with Print Fresh, Amy Voloshin, who started her company in 2017. She was in our incubator program. She and her husband owned a print company. They were selling prints, like my jacket, to various apparel and home companies. And in 2017, she decided to start her own fashion brand. And while she was in the program, she created this beautiful line of fashion. She was manufacturing in India and having it out there in the marketplace for a few years. She decided with her husband in 2019 to pivot to pajamas. Talk about perfect timing. So Print Fresh pajamas were launched in the fall of 2019. They got into Good Morning America with the steals and deals in the fall, and then 2020, we all know what happened, and 2021, and they built this incredibly successful company in a very short amount of time. And Amy's a mom of two, and she's in her 40s, and just an incredible inspiration to see how she really tuned in to her talent as an artist. She does all the designs, and her husband, Leo, handles a lot of the business side. But definitely check out printfresh.com. And in 2022, they expanded fully into a whole lifestyle brand of bags and dresses and pillows and bedding. And it's really an incredible story to see. Next, I'm really, really happy to introduce you to Nancy Connor. Nancy started Smart Adaptive Clothing in her 50s. She had a whole career working in the dental industry and business development. And what inspired Nancy to start her company was her father. Her father was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and she went to visit him one day, and the caretakers had him in a dowdy sweatshirt. And she was horrified. She thought my father would never be caught dead wearing a sweatshirt. He was always in button-down shirts. And she created a company called Smart Adaptive Clothing, making men's and women's shirts with Velcro in the placket and on the cuffs for easy on, easy off dressing. And it has not only been for Alzheimer's patients, but for all different ages and men and women with various disabilities. She just showed last week in New York Fashion Week with Runway of Dreams. So in her 50s, starting a whole new career, she left her corporate career and now is really making a difference in the world and this market that was so underserved, and really being able to provide this wonderful product. Next, we have Minky Blue, Cheryl Mosey, who's in our program. She is a former engineer. She also had her own nonprofit, and she had just celebrated 10 years with Minky Blue. When she came into the incubator, she had a line of diaper bags and travel bags, and she decided to really hone in and focus on the travel bags. She redesigned the whole line. And since being in the incubator program, she has been on QVC. She does all direct to consumer. She is like a master saleswoman, marketer, and it's been really incredible to see her. Last October, she was on a reality show in the US called America's Big Deal, kind of Shark Tank-esque, where they had entrepreneurs pitch their brands, and whoever had the most sales on the show won, and she won the first show, a $100,000 order from Macy's, which she's selling starting next month. And she just turned 60 this year, and just started the company in her mid-50s. And one of the reasons why she decided to start it, because she realized in her nonprofit she's working with many women, and they were carrying more than one bag, and she thought there has to be a better way. So her bag has a patent with a tray and various compartments and functionality. It's all about the functionality of the bag. She also had a video, an Instagram reel 2 months ago that went viral with 20 million views, so definitely check out Minky Blue. Next, I'm really, really proud of Emily Solaby, who was in our residency program last year. She is a former lawyer in her 40s, mother of 2, and she started Juno Jones, which is a safety boot company for women. And she and her husband own a trucking company, and she realized there were no safety boots that were made for women's feet. Women had to purchase men's boots in smaller sizes. So she launched Juno Jones in 2020, and even before she entered the incubator, because we always have designers need to have a product already. She was just in the design phase looking for a manufacturer. And in the year that she didn't get into our program, she created a Facebook community called Hazard Girls, and really tuned in and honed in to women that work on construction sites or in non-traditional fields. And so she developed her tribe. She developed this incredible community. And as a result, when she launched her Kickstarter, she was able to fund it in 29 hours. And then she also was a guest on a podcast. And after being her first time on a podcast, was asked to have her own podcast. So she has a Hazard Girls podcast. So she's really created an entire community. So it's not just about the product. We were just talking earlier about branding. I mean, it's really about the brand and the story and her need of seeing this void in the market. And so she's had some really wonderful, wonderful success. And you wouldn't think of women's safety boots as fashion. But that's what I really love about the designers that we have in our program. They're really thinking about product, because we don't need another handbag or another pair of shoes or another dress. So, really thinking about their why and what they really want to bring out there in the world, and looking at what is needed, and also the functionality. Janelle Wysock is a wonderful artisan. She's a weaver and does knits, and she has a whole line of apparel and accessories and also home product. And she also has done installations. This Color Under the Canopy was launched in 2020, which is in Philadelphia, where there were 12 trees that had her head knit design. And she also teaches classes and also has upcycled weaving plastic bags. She works with children, she works with adults, and it's been really exciting just to see, again, that community aspect. So it's so much more than just a brand. It's really about engaging the community and giving back. And Nicole Muhammad, an incredible story. Nicole has a PhD. She's a psychologist. That is still her full-time career. And 3 years ago, she launched So Elevated, a line of modest wear for women, because she, again, saw this void in the market, was not able to find beautifully made clothing for modest wear. And she has been really an incredible inspiration in her community, and also has just became, there's an organization called the CFDA, the Council of Fashion Designers of America, and she was invited to become a member this past year. So it's really been incredible to see the support that we're able to give these designers in this like second, third career that they're starting, and to be able to support them on their trajectory and on the journey to business success. Madeline Laroche, she is a trained designer from Haiti. She went to Moore College of Art and Design. She's a bridal designer. And when she was in the program, she was just developing the collection. She was in the program in 2018, and in 2020, it was always her dream. She wanted to open up her own atelier boutique, and she opened up her Madeline Laroche boutique right outside of Philadelphia. And she's doing extremely well, not only brides, but also bridesmaids and accessories, and again, really like creating these custom, very artisanal dresses that are very unique for a special day of a bride. And I'll end here because I know I just have under a minute. Milano de Rouge, Milan Harris, who, again, not a formal fashion designer. She did have a business background, and she is the most maverick entrepreneur I've ever encountered. She's had incredible success with Milano de Rouge, which is a streetwear brand for men and women. And even when she was in our program in 2016, she already had her own fashion shows with 400 people. Just for Milano de Rouge. She published a magazine, Milano de Rouge magazine. In the program, she created her own app. And then she expanded into baby and also accessories. And she's had incredible success. And her success really was about the relationships and creating collaborations and partnerships with influencers, with musicians, with athletes, and just seeing how her brand and the imagery and the not only the product, but her entire way of being, and she is also the face of the brand. And it's been really incredible to see the growth of her becoming this global brand. So this is just a snapshot of some of our designers. You can learn more at philadelphiafashionincubator.com. But I just want to share, it's never too late, never ever too late to begin again, and especially in fashion. And I encourage all of you, if you have any desire to learn more, to find support within your community with incubators as they are popping up, not only in fashion, but tech and other areas. So thank you so much.
Elissa, so do you have a last slide of your own designs?
I had it in the last
Can we get
session.
a last? Oh, you had it. Do you have it? It's not on this
It's
deck.
not on this one.
Okay, but I do want to honor,
Yes.
because it's so amazing
Yes.
how you talk about all these women that you are supporting and that you are mentoring and supporting. And then I also know that you also yourself is making designs and so on. So
Yes.
just want you all to know that she's not only supporting all the others, you are also now launching your own.
Yes.
Yeah?
I have
Can
my
you share a little
home-
bit about that? Because not
Sure.
everybody
Yes,
was in that
I
session.
have always had a love of prints and patterns. I was sharing earlier, before I started at the Philadelphia Fashion Incubator, I had my own accessories brand in the market. For 8 years, I was manufacturing in China, had 5,000 piece minimum. It was totally unsustainable. Well, it was sustainable for a while, but then the recession hit and I realized this is not the way to run a business. And so I made a lifestyle change, moved to Philadelphia from New York, and started teaching fashion entrepreneurship, and then landed at the Philadelphia Fashion Incubator, which I've been very passionate about, but also have been really excited about relaunching my brand with a collection of prints that I have done over the years, all over prints and patterns. And I've always been very passionate and excited about home, really creating beautiful pieces for the home. So I'm launching with a line of cushions and pillows and bean bags and curtains. So stay tuned.